Good morning. It is so warm and sunny and almost too hot to film in the sun, but I'm very excited about this episode. I've got so much to share with you. So much has been happening. We were picking the grapes just before they harvested the grapes in the vineyards, and there's been olive picking. Then I've been doing lots of cooking. I mean, baking when we had some days of rain, and we even lit the fire and it was very cozy. And then just lovely, basically summer meals even, because we've been outside and enjoying the last of this lovely warm weather, and lots of little updates. So I hope you will stick around. One of the things I'm most excited about is the builders put on the terracotta on the roof of the chicken coop cottage, and it just looks exquisite. We're so happy with it. Yeah, it's not just going to be the roof, obviously, it's also going to be a terrace where you can imagine like putting a table, chairs up there and having an aperitivo and looking out over the olive grove and watching the sunset. So that is quite exciting. Everything is going well with the pregnancy, so I'm very grateful for that. I just wanted to add, before we get into this episode, you know, I love to film things which are joyful or cinematic or serene, and I try to film just what's happening naturally in our day, and give you the feeling like you're really here, and it's definitely all genuine and honest, but as you know, with everyone that you, even just with friends that you know, not just with people you follow online, it's not my entire life. And I wanted to add, in case anyone is just thinking, oh gosh, look at this life in the countryside and doesn't it look all perfect? And if you feel discouraged because you're going through something hard and you think, it seems so easy for Kylie and her family, I just wanted to add that I've been going through something which is been very hard. I would prefer not to share it publicly. It's been going on for months, and it's been really tough. And I mentioned it a few episodes ago. So when I spoke about anxiety, but I think perhaps some of you thought I was just referring to a general anxiety. This is a very specific challenge, which I'm hoping will pass. This links into BetterHelp, which is a paid partner of this video, and I will try to be concise because I know I've spoken about them before, and the reason sometimes I go on and on is not because I'm required to, they didn't ask me to, but is because I'm passionate about mental health, and it's a subject Guido and I love discussing, and you know, I speak about with my family, with my friends. Anyway, you're probably familiar with them. They're a platform where you go online and you fill out a questionnaire, and they can, in as little as a couple of days, put you in contact with a credentialed therapist suited to your needs. And it needn't be clinical depression or anxiety. Therapy can really be great for taking control of your life and personal growth and problem solving. And certainly for me, dealing with this thing which I've had to deal with in all these months, I have found that the therapy sessions that I have with Guido are just really, really crucial, just for sorting through all the emotions that I've had to deal with in this period. BetterHelp's mission is to make starting therapy easier for everyone. I hope that if this is something that you need right now, that you can take advantage of the discount that they're offering my community just by clicking on that link, betterhelp.com/Kylie, which I shall put in the description box below. Thank you very much to BetterHelp. And now, where do we begin? First of all, let's just have a look at all these pomegranates. Aren't they beautiful? I picked them all from the church garden with Gianfranco. Quite fortuitously, they were all at his level. Generally, they're a bit higher, but they were all at his level, and he got so excited and was trying to carry all of them back with me. And I never take for granted just how wonderful it is to pick what you eat. It feels, I don't know, a bit trite to kind of comment on it all, but it just is. I mean, having been someone who has lived in cities like in Florence, in Rome, and in London, I just never take it for granted that we can go outside and see the changing of the seasons, and just with our hands just grab things from a tree or from the earth and put it into a basket, and then you're eating it 10 minutes later, and it just I really love it. Of course, you know, living in the countryside has its own let's say challenges. Everyone was loving the restaurant episode that I did yesterday. Yesterday, that I did last week. The bustle of Florence. It's always, I love it when, you know, I go back in there. I think, oh wow, I miss a bit this, just stepping outside my door and having all the whole city there, and being able to meet up with friends so easily and just quickly. However, obviously living in the countryside gives you this abundance of wonderful produce, and you know, this pomegranate tree, I don't even know how many years it's been here or in that church garden, and it's just wonderful. Oh my gosh, speaking of the church, do you know what I did this past week? I actually decided to invite the priest for lunch, for Sunday lunch, and it was so lovely. Because we have mass here on the property in the it's a private church, but Guido's family opens it up to the town to host mass. Town, it's like a small village, and afterwards, I don't know, I found myself just wondering about this priest, and wondering, like, who is he spending his Sunday with? Because Sunday is such a social time for people in Italy, and of course I'm sure there are signore in the village who offer to bring him lunch or whatever, but it's not the same. So I just sort of thought, I don't know, after the mass, I just said, what do you think we should just invite him for lunch? Because we are basically I'm always cooking, and we're always thinking about food, as my parents are, Guido is, my husband is. It was just so lovely to just say to him, yeah, come and stay for lunch. So I just did very simple 3 courses, because I only had, I don't know, it was like about 45 minutes or something, because mass kind of finishes right before lunch. But it was really simple, just amatriciana, just a pasta for the first course, and then I just baked some fish and did some vegetables from the orto, from the vegetable garden, and some roast potatoes, and then I made a chocolate almond cake for dessert. And this is my chocolate and almond cake that I've put the recipe. It's on my website, and I've made a video about it. And it was the one that I did, and I often make it around this time, because then I top it with blackberries, not mulberries. And remember when I was making that mistake a few episodes ago, but with blackberries, and it's so delicious. It's gluten-free. It's so simple, and it's the type of thing that I've actually never eaten it on the same day. Usually I make it the day before, but this we had to eat it on the same day, because there simply wasn't time. And I, even though I'm off sugar, I had to taste this, because it was just so irresistible, and oh my gosh, I love it. I just wanted to do a little shout out for that recipe, because it really is a winner. It was so just delicious and decadent and moist and perfect. We didn't even have any ice cream or cream or anything, because we don't generally keep that in the house. It's so moist because you don't have the flour, so you don't really need to be sort of putting on dollops of ice cream, although you could if you wanted to. Another great exciting thing is that we got the sink. Look, this is beautiful. Wow. Guido drove all the way to Perugia and picked up this sink, which is stone, and it's so heavy and beautiful and rustic, and we just can't wait to see it as the centerpiece of the kitchen in the chicken coop cottage.
E in questo posto sto vecchino mi fa un centro.
And things are moving along now. Things are moving along, and they were just doing the windowsill, and we were choosing the color for the windows, for the exterior. Okay, so these are two of the choices that we have for the windows. Keep in mind, when I say windows, I mean they're sort of like French doors. They're like big glass doors. And here is sort of like a sage green, and here is a well, what would you call it? It's sort of more like a grey. And then there are two more colors which I will put on screen right now. This is an example. I was just going to show that. Yes, exactly. This is an example that we have on Guido's office, which is a dark antracite. I'm tempted to go for the green, but the lighter green, no, that you sent me the photo of.
This one.
Yes, exactly.
This is the color.
This is the color, you're right.
It's a light sage.
Sage, yeah. Which will be nice with the yellow, because all of the buildings on the property are this yellow, which we shall be having for the little cottage as well. So look at our jasmine. I'm so proud. Do you remember when we planted this? And now it's going crazy. We have to get my father to put another trellis up above there so that it has something to hold on to. But everything is just thriving with rain and sunshine. So let me know what you think about the colors for the doors, or door/windows. Oh, sta arrivando Babbo? Con il trattore?
Hello. Come va? You okay? Thank you. Bisogna aprirlo tutto. Oppure faccio un giro di sopra. Ma c'è un piccolo Gianfranco? Ma guarda vicino. Guarda.
This is Guido's first time using this type of attachment to the tractor, so the sheep farmer Roberto has come over to give him some advice. And here I have the biggest fan of tractors ever. Sì, abbiamo cavolo nero.
Abbiamo spinaci, prezzemolo, rucola, la cicoria.
Cosa piantare? La cicoria o il cavolo nero? La cicoria, ok. Gentle Gianfranco. Bravo, bravo. There, Babo?
No.
I also wanted to make another batch of schiacciata l'uva. You remember that grape sort of focaccia that I did? Everyone loved that video, and I wanted to make some for my parents to try because they weren't here when I made it last, and it was just before they were about to harvest all the grapes on the vineyard just behind here. So we went down and with Gianfranco just picked the grapes.
Oh, grazie Gianfranco. Grazie.
Cottage.
Okay.
Cottage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one? That one?
That one.
That one. Okay.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir? Huh?
It's funny because when I don't have to film or edit or anything and I have time off, like say, not that I have that much time, but say I have like an hour, and I always end up cooking because I just love it so much. Even if I'm tired or pregnant or whatever, I don't know, it feels so creative to me, and it's definitely an outlet. So I didn't film it properly because obviously I've already made the video of it, but I also made a lot of focaccia, and this was using the recipe or the techniques of Marzia, our neighbor, you know, the one that I did the focaccia video with. Oh my goodness, it is so hot. I have to move into the shade and get some water.
Windows are leaking. Oh, this door is still leaking. It is crazy out there. Crazy.
The weather turned cozy and I was craving a salty vegetable chicken soup with cavolo nero and using lots of chicken bones to make the broth deep and delicious.
Mama.
Mix, mix, mix. Mix, mix, mix.
Un po' di olio.
Un po' di olio e un po' di burro.
Sometimes when I'm cooking this, I sear the chicken first in a large flat pan. Golden edges will give me some extra flavor in the broth. I add some pancetta as well. Chop up lots of garlic and add it to my now softened sofrito. Some white wine.
Now all the chicken I put in here, we'll take the pancetta and all of these juices, of course, and put them in here, and then I'll fill it up with water. Oh, look at that. The juices, the wine, the butter, the pancetta, the pollo, the chicken that's just all lovely and golden. We want lots and lots of herbs. Rosemary, thyme, oregano. Grazie Gianfranco. Andiamo dentro. Oh my goodness, just imagine what amazing flavor those herbs are going to give this chicken broth.
After leaving the broth to take on all that flavor, I remove the chicken and shred it. And then, just in case there's any more goodness to come from the chicken bones, I put them back into another pot of water to boil as extra stock. At the end, I add cavolo nero, which is like kale or silver beet. And if I'm going to add a little pasta, I cook a smaller portion of the soup in a separate pot so that I can still keep the leftover soup for the next day without the pasta absorbing all the liquid. This was so deeply satisfying, perfect for a rainy day. Guido was working and sleeping in Florence, and the chicken coop I ordered arrived. I took on all your amazing advice and decided on this chicken coop. It came with a run, which we don't particularly need because we're going to put a much larger cage around the entire space.
Voila! Okay?
Gianfranco, another screw, please. Oh, hopefully that's a good idea. Yeah, very clever. Thank you.
Open, pull, pull, pull. Yay! And here. This pulls out here. Okay, this afternoon we're making muffins, and we're making muffins, no? The other day I made these chocolate and pear muffins, and the pear was really the only thing sweet, but there was no sugar, no maple syrup, no honey, no nothing, no chocolate chips, and you really can get the same altra manovra. This recipe is going to be a little bit fragmented because Gianfranco is here. There you are. I got him the Montessori little stool, so now he can stand up and you can see what Mama's doing. Look, I have to mash the bananas. Would you like to mash the bananas? Mash, mash. Here, you mash the bananas. So these chocolate and pear muffins, as many of you know, I've been off sugar for this pregnancy, off refined sugar, and trying to stay away from too much sweet fruit. But these muffins were the perfect little snack, and everyone loves them. And see, va bene, amore. Pulisci. Mash, mash, mash. and just having the cacao and the pear was perfect for me because you get the richness of chocolate without any that sort of sugar spike. If you wanted to go a little bit sweeter but still keep them into a natural sweetness, then you could go chocolate and banana. See, mashing the bananas. You could then go banana and chocolate without chocolate chips though, just with cacao powder, and it's super easy. The great thing is that they're very quick to prepare. Mashing the bananas. They're very quick to prepare, and the ingredients are all really wholesome. I mean, just yogurt, wholemeal flour, eggs, and what else? And olive oil. Yes. First, I just put together my wet ingredients. So that would be the 3 eggs. And you know, I always make muffins. I'm like famous in my family for whipping up muffins in a second. Muffins, see. And usually I just approximate and go by eye. So I rarely write it down. I think I've even shown you in a past episodes muffins, but I have always been reticent to share a recipe because I don't measure. But I did measure the chocolate and pear ones, and now I'm making them again with the banana to see if it translates. And I just wrote it down on this little napkin. So we have our 3 eggs.
Yeah.
Can Mama add the eggs? Yes. Yes, yes. Va bene? Yes. Sì, sì. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, mash, Gianfranco. Mash. And I always have my oven preheated so that then as soon as they're done, as soon as they're mixed, I can just get them straight in the oven. Now I'm going to add half a cup of olive oil. Yes.
Mamma Lollo.
L'olio, sì, l'olio.
Mamma Lollo.
Oh.
Mamma Lollo.
Sì, ho messo l'olio e le uova e le banane. And then we want. Oh, forgive my hair. Would you believe I don't know if you're like this. I'm always losing my rubber bands and my hair clips, and then Gianfranco takes them away and hides them places. So I cannot, for the life of me, find. I've got like a peg here that I could tie it up with, but whatever. Just bear with me. We have also some natural sugar-free yogurt here. Again, just half a cup. How's the mashing going? Come sta andando, Gianfranco? See? So we have half a cup of yogurt. Yeah. Oh, and then I like to add some chia just for extra protein. And Gianfranco has chia in his breakfast every morning in his yogurt, so I have it already soaked in the fridge, just ready so I can put it in. So there's 2 tablespoons, but 2 tablespoons of chia once it's expanded and been soaking. And this just gives them a lot of protein, as well as the protein from the yogurt and the eggs. Oh, bravissimo. Okay, muffins. Now Mama will do some mashing. I'm going to sift in the cacao, and I want a half cup of that. Cacao? Cacao. And I love how dark this is. If you get unsweetened, un tagliaerba. A lawnmower, he's saying. If you get a really dark cacao, it makes them look really rich and chocolatey, even though there's no actual chocolate in here. And it's funny because I always see these recipes like online for people like, oh, sugar-free muffins or sugar-free brownies, and then they always add chocolate chips, which have sugar in them. Cacao, sì. E poi abbiamo messo lo yogurt. lo yogurt e poi la farina.
E poi la sai?
Oh, dobbiamo mettere la cannella. Vuoi mettere la cannella, Gianfranco? Would you like to put the cinnamon? There you go. You know how to take off the lid. You want to take it off?
Cannella.
Go crazy. Put as much as you like. Vai, vai, vai. Tanta, tanta cannella, tanta. Tanta, bravo. Bravo, così. Bravissimo, bravissimo, così, esatto. Okay, meanwhile I will get the baking powder and baking powder. Thank you, my love. Grazie, amore. Metti il tappo.
Tappo.
And,
Tappo.
and then,
Tappo.
what am I going to do here? I'm going to do maybe 1 teaspoon. I had 8 grams, but let's see. Also, the baking powder you just want to sift because otherwise you're going to get little lumps, metallic lumps.
Farina. Farina.
Una pallina, sì.
Farina.
Sì?
Farina.
Ah no, questo non è farina, amore, questo è lievito, lievito.
Sì, farina.
1.5, there we go. 1.5.
Lei.
1.5 teaspoons. There we go.
Poi. Non puoi.
No, actually I'm going to add a little bit more. 2 teaspoons, there we go.
Tutti punti.
2 teaspoons.
Very farina.
Oh, I forgot the vanilla.
Oh, cacao.
Cacao. This is vanilla.
Lei.
And I just give a good squeeze of that. Squeezy, squeezy. Squeezy, squeezy. 1.25 cups of flour. But I would say to just put in 1 cup of flour and then see how your mixture is going, because you don't want it to be too dry. Like it's not like a cookie batter or a muffin.
Macao. Macao.
More cacao?
No cacao.
No, we'll put in the flour, and then if we want, we can add in another 1/4 cup of flour. Okay, now Gianfranco, we have to get the muffin cases and put them
No.
in the pan.
No.
No?
No.
No? See, that's the next step. And it just comes together so quickly.
Mamma.
What? Cosa è successo? What happened?
Mamma.
What happened, darling? Sul tavolo? Sul tavolo? Sul tavolo, okay, okay. Yeah, you're used to being on the table. Okay, you want to sit down there. Okay. Va bene. Va bene. Okay, ora dobbiamo mettere... We have to put all the muffin cases in the pan. And you know how to do that.
Okay, Mama.
Okay, here we go.
Mama.
Here we go. Shall we have...
Okay, the spoon.
Should we have this color? Should we have cream or should we have blue?
Blue.
Blue, okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Tanto.
Sì, ci sono. Sì.
Tanti.
Okay, one spoon for Gianfranco and 1 spoon for Mama, okay? Va bene? Oh, bravissimo. Bravissimo. Aspetta, un po' difficile. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay.
Butta.
Butta, sì.
Butta.
Sì.
Si butta.
And I want to make them nice and sort of fudgy inside, so I'm going to make them big. Having him sit beside the batter that's all chocolatey and wet is perhaps a bit ambitious, but for the moment he's not got anything on him. But the sooner I get this into the oven, the better. Ok. Siamo pronti, Gianfranco?
Sì.
Sì?
Siamo pronti.
Ora cosa dobbiamo fare? Dove vanno i muffin? Dove vanno? Nel forno, bravissimo! Nel forno. E dobbiamo aspettare. E poi? What are we going to do? Then what are we going to do? Mangiare, sì. Then we're going to eat them.
Cosa facciamo?
Cosa facciamo? We eat them. What do you think? Ready? Ready. Okay. Dobbiamo aspettare? Sì? Dobbiamo aspettare, sì? Look at all these rose petals. They all fell off. They all fell off.
This was a Sunday lunch I prepared with some homemade hummus made from roasted garlic, tahini, chickpeas, lemon juice, olive oil, vinegar, and paprika. I topped it with our pomegranates and some fresh herbs. Then we had some eggs, a spicy chutney made from the green peppers from our garden, our juicy homegrown cucumbers, and some wholemeal bread from our neighbor Marzia, and also a salad using lettuce from my parents' vegetable garden. Thank you for watching. Thank you to these names here. Shall I put them here? Yes. These people are viewers and they donate to my channel, and it's really just so kind. You're watching thanks to them because they are just there for me month after month and so reliable, and I'm full of gratitude to these people. So thank you very much to my patrons. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you will come back next week. I'm not posting so consistently on Friday. I know I'm a bit all over the place, but I am posting every 7 days. So just check in or subscribe and click the little notification bell so that you know what day I'm posting, because it's not always on a Friday, but it's definitely weekly. So whenever that will be, I hope you will come back, and thank you very much for watching. Alla prossima.